Okay, so next, if we press Alt, Shift, and F1, so these are all ones that have to do with little kind of moving around cells or looking for things or searching that are kind of oddballs that didn't fit in other categories. If you press Alt, Shift, F1, that creates a new worksheet. So again, a little bit easier than right-clicking, 700 times to create new sheets, right? You can just keep pressing Alt, Shift, F1. That's another time saver. Alt Enter goes to a new line within a cell. So why would you want to do that? Let's say I had like a header here, and the header was really big, but I have a relatively narrow column because of what I'm doing, right? So let me set that up. And let's say there's a header which is base performance base performance Veeam customers, right? But let's say that I had this organized, so this was, alpha, beta, gamma. Let's say I had this column this size, and I really liked it, and I didn't want to change it. In the cell, you can press Alt, Enter, and you see how that went down within the cell? So now, say I make it a little bit bigger. Now, maybe I'll put it like that, right? Now you'll see that Veeam customers has been moved to a new line. So I'll show you that again. So this actually looks like it's the same thing, but it's not, because if you tried to print it, it wouldn't look like two rows. Alt-Enter actually puts it on another line. Shift F3 takes you to the formula window. This is a nice reference, and I actually should probably take a moment to explain this. So if you press Shift F3 and you pull up Excel's formula window, which there's also a button for that you can click, but this is easier. Excel organizes all of its functions into these categories: all, financial, date and time, etc., and they're all here. So it has the ones that you've used most recently. You could even type in a description. Like, let's say, for example, I want to know all the functions that have to do with averaging. If you just type in the word average, it'll pull all of them up. So if you're trying to find a function or trying to do something and you don't know what it is, you can search for functions, and for each one, which again is so helpful, it'll give you some information at the bottom. So for example, what's NPER? I don't know what NPER is. NPER returns the number of periods for an investment based on so forth and so on. So that's a really helpful tool if you're trying to find the right function. And of course, you can always ask me, but that's another way to shortcut things. Shift F5 is a search box. So if you want to do find replace, again, you could do it manually. You could go to, it's in the Insert tab. See, I don't even remember sometimes. It's in the Data tab. I haven't clicked on it in so long, I don't even remember. It's in the Home tab. Where is it? I'm actually curious now.
It's in the Home tab on the far right.
Thank you. Yeah. Far right.
Or like, if you press Find and Select.
Yep. Oh, Find and Select, right. So case in point, I haven't used the drop-down menu in so long, I don't even know where it is. But that's where it is in terms of the Find and Select, in terms of the Home. But instead of doing it that way, you could just press Shift F5 instead. So that's the search box. Thank you very much. So that's provided replacing it for searching. Okay. So the next one is, this is a set of commands related